here we are back. We're gonna start our second game. This time, since the first game did not actually pose nearly as much challenge, since I left it on default as I was told that it was going to. I will choose a map that looks humongous. New heroes. Whoever wins gets to call themselves the new hero. First, you go head-to-head against an enemy. If you win, you get the final against the winners of two of the other such competitions. Huh. Interesting. I feel like starting with two towns is going to be too different for me. But I think that Patience is fine. Patience is just a giant map with 7 players, according to the description. So we're gonna bump the difficulty from normal, which is what I played on before, to challenging. And we're going to go we're gonna go ahead and choose. I'm going to go ahead and guess that this is my selection here. Earthen Rogue, Tide, Delirium. Pillar. I'm very tempted on Tide. We're gonna play Tide. And then wait, do I get to choose my... Do I get to choose my hero? Is that what happened? Oh, I see. Rogue is the faction. Rogue is the extra stuff. So if I choose Rogue, it breaks into this menu. Aha! There we go. Verdure. Maybe we'll go Verdure then. Ooh, Spore. Yeah. So Mega Sleepy is a guy who's been suggesting stuff to me from the Discord. Just suggested now that I play Patience anyway. All right, so we're gonna do Patience, and we're gonna set the difficulty to challenging, and I'm going to figure out what faction I want to play. I'm debating between Spore and Spore, Tide. Where were the Verdant Wilds, by the way? Like, somebody played the Verdant Wilds last time, and I'm like, where is that shit? Wild. Okay, so it was the Wild, I guess. Maybe it was the Verdant Wild. Maybe it's just like short. So the Enclave is the Enclave is the Lizard Men. Lament is this is like the fish people from Lovecraft. Delirium is the crazy, like, Lovecraftian horror type people. And then this is all the rogues. So Verdure gets me these, like, I see. And my strongest units, like the Fairy Dragon and the Prismatic Unicorn. Maybe not on them, though, at that point. I feel like these guys look like a joke. So we're gonna play them, since I'm looking for a challenge and I always want to have fun. Hey Daryl, good good morning, I guess, man. I played through my first run of this. This game is a lot like Heroes of Might and Magic. It's a lot of fun. It's a hoot. The UI is pretty badly designed, but there's a fun game underneath of that. I absolutely stomped my first game, despite everybody telling me it was going to be really hard. So what I'm going to do now is I played on a relatively small map with just 2 other AI opponents for the start, and on normal difficulty. This time I'm going with 7-map Patience is the name of the map. I'm going to pick my faction rather than starting with random, which is what I did last time, and I'm going with challenging difficulty. And I'm gonna go ahead and choose the mushrooms, the mushroom guys. I've got sap and I've got leech, and I don't know which guy I want. When the hero and their Dune Cap attacks, they have a chance to turn enemies into golden statues, instantly killing them and adding gold to the hero's coffers. Chance increases for each rank and is lowered for large enemies. The hero also gains plus 65 HP per rank. It's pretty cool. Like 10 minutes before I have to jet to work. Figured I could pop by for a few minutes with coffee before that. Yeah, man. So each hero has skill trees like this. And you get towns. I think you played Heroes of Might and Magic. It's very much like that. With kind of an auto-battling element. I think I'll go with this. Poisonous blobs fall from the sky early in combat. Enemies hit will take a small bit of damage, but become poisoned, take damage for the rest of combat. The blobs fall throughout the combat, with a rate decreasing quickly as the combat goes on. Mad Eye. So this guy, they both get friends, I guess. So the oh no, that's not friends. This is the units they start with. It's the Dune Cap, soft-bodied. So this is the units the hero starts with. Glomel, whenever this creature takes damage and survives. Will be able to attack again faster. Terrified. Yep, I've seen that. Striking enemies in all directions around them. Oh, so this guy does AoE. That's pretty nice. Creates phantom duplicates of some of the creatures in the hero's army. Oh, that's nice. Chances 15% per rank for weak creatures and is lower for more powerful creatures and slightly lower for ranged creatures. Well, this guy's not ranged. So that seems pretty good. Infest. Whenever the hero visits a mine vault, monument, adventure map building, they get the potion, or they get the option. They get the option of turning it into a spore mound. Spore mounds create Dune Caps each week. The amount created is increased by higher ranks of the skill across all of your heroes. Transforming the building is irreversible. A building can be transformed without owning it as long as it does not have any guards. Yeah, let's go ahead with this guy. This guy sounds like a giant meme. Challenging difficulty, everybody else is random. I'm on my big map. Let's go. The Heroes of Might and Magic 5 because you guys knew I liked it. Oh yeah. So here we go. I forgot all about that. I remember playing Heroes of Might and Magic 3 with Devin at one point, I think. So you start on the map. Here's a big, huge map, and we're able to pan very slowly because this game is poorly optimized. But what is this thing over here? What the fuck? Oh, it's the other end of the portal. You always start like next to a portal, I think. So here's the portal, and there's an impossible combat that I definitely cannot overcome. I've got my dude here. I wish you could rename these guys, but no such luck. All right, so And I start with Acid Splash, minor water spell that deals damage to enemies a large radius and inflicts poison. Okay, and I've got like 30 mana, did it say? 30? Really? 30 mana, that's a lot of mana to start with. So this is a spellcaster, seemingly. Spellcaster that likes to produce a bunch of mushrooms that go in and wreck shit. Normal mana regeneration by 15%. Additionally gives +2 mana regeneration each day. Yeah, this seems like a spellcaster kind of a character. Tactics increase army reserve limit on the size of each wave of enforcement, so that's how much you can field. Vigigames. Karnas, didn't even notice you there, man. Applebot is apparently also crashing our chat again. I think I remember a little of that too. Renaming goes a long way with making games feel comfy in a certain way. Yeah, it's just like this guy's always named the same thing, and it feels like they have a proper name, but then they just aren't. Like I could have two of him. You know, like this properly named Mushroom Man. I can have two of him. Like I just hire another one later, which just makes them feel non-unique. Anyway, Swordsmith makes offensively oriented units stronger. Upgrade requires level 7 and better Fireheart or Gemini. Okay, so this combat allows the heroes to spend sulfur to create Dune Cap for their army. So the question is how much, like my Dune Cap has pretty low power. These things have power 5. So I guess I could wind up with an absolutely ridiculous amount of Dune Caps every fight. Terramancy. So Swarming Tactics, Terramancy. Terramancy is a new earth spell and improves earth spells. Teaches your hero an earth spell with strength according to rank and increases the effect of earth spells by 65% per rank. So this is kind of the caster route. Exploitation allows the hero to deposit units in mines. Units in mines improve the output of the mine. Upgrade requires level 5 and better tactics or terramancy. Sum of the power of the deposited units. There are 5 power thresholds, each of which doubles production on some days of the week. Additionally, improved mines also produce gold each day. The rate of gold increases with skill rank. Several heroes with exploitation have their effects stack when it comes to gold gain, but not for the effect of increasing the base rate of the mine. Necromancy. Improves the hero's stats the more gold is hoarded. Hoarded gold is the amount of gold available when entering combat. The buff comes at 3 ranks at 3,000 gold. The hero gains +2 attack and +2 defense. At 5,000 gold, the hero gains +1 luck per rank. At 8,000 gold, the hero gains 5 spell power and another 2 attack per rank. It seems like you get your spell power quite high. This is a water spell that I started with, though. It's not even an earth spell. This increases the power of all water spells. Midas Touch feels out of control. Because it seems like I'm going to want to... seems like I'm going to want to infest a bunch of mines and then go with Midas Touch and just use that to generate lots and lots of gold, basically. Renaming. Yeah, so let's see. Let's see. Claw Mole. What? Okay, this is my town. Pretty rad, huh? Raddest of all towns, I would say. I can unlock spells. Mycel or Mad Eye. When this creature dies, it summons 2 Mycel. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So if it dies and splits, do I then get more of those at the end of? Do I get to keep them? Limbo. When this unit dies, there's a 20% chance to be resurrected after 5 through 10 seconds with half health. If it dies a second time, the resurrection chance is halved. Okay. So unlikely that they res at all, and it's super unlikely that they res 2 times in a row. Struck by this creature, have a chance to become petrified. So we own both of these. None of these are predicated on. So these are tiers of the town, right? Going down this way, but the ones that are linked to each other require each other. So the Denderstool allows me to create Dune Caps. So that's probably the place we want to get to. Increases gold income by 500. We're gonna increase our gold income by 500, just straight up. And then we're gonna get our Denderstool here so that we can start producing more Dune Caps. More Dune Caps for our Midas Touch. Here I should probably make the maximum number of Glomels, though. Because now I actually have what could potentially be considered an army of any flavor at all. So we've got plenty of starting resources. I can go get a treasure chest here. This is a roaming neutral guy that could absolutely kick my ass, though, so I want to be careful. We have 17 out of 17 movement. I think I can go snag this treasure. Necklace of Balance is an attack and a defense. We're going to have 4 Mercury. In my experience, the artifacts are relatively rare, so I want to grab those artifacts if I can. This guy doesn't typically like come after you, he just sort of wanders around. So I think what we're gonna do is we'll try to sneak down here and get some wood. Just scout things out. This guy's also impossible. Got it. Then we want to get some distance between us and this guy, basically, before ending turn. We're going to end turn and watch and wait with bated breath as, like, a ton of other people take their turns. Violet Pillar. Okay, so that's just the color. So I'll be like the Crimson whatever, right? I'm like the Crimson Spore or something like that. Because I was wondering like why the faction was called the Verdant Wilds last time. Is they're just the wilds, so it just assigns you whatever color plus your faction. Crimson Shrooms, dude. I'm a red cap. Alright. I don't know why this is called green cap, even though it produces what look like red caps. But now I definitely want the Denderstool, I think. The Colossus will create 1 Shade Golem. Additionally, it increases gold income by 250 per day. I get a hero here, or I get a Colossus. The Colossus with the gold income, it feels so good to get the gold income right away, right? But like, you have to also realize that if I don't like get a unit, so those sort of like the unit production replenish every week, and if I don't get them now, then my guy is really not capable of fighting anything, which is kind of a big bummer. Like all these combats that are just around, like challenging is the least threatening one right now, and I would like them to report easy. It's usually green, but I am red. Oh no. Wait, how do you know that? No way. Really? Okay, anyway. So this guy's gonna be like 250 per day, and so I think I will go with the Colossus right away. And then Micho Goblin, Dwelling that allows you to create Microll. 5 Microll every so often, every week. Soft-bodied, slow, imitates creature, turns into a copy of a nearby enemy. So the thing about this Colossus is just that. So this is as good, really, because the Colossus is a 26 power monstrosity. But tomorrow I've got to get this Dendersteel, I think. Even though eventually, pretty soon, I'm going to start looking at recruiting another hero, I think. So you really have to try to get a good amount done in these first couple days. And it's really tricky because your hero can't do anything. Like, you're just basically useless. So now this is a moderate challenge and this is easy. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go try to... See, the problem is that if I go over here, this roaming neutral guy could just mess up my life. Hostages. So this is also an easy combat, and these guys will join me if I save them. Now, it doesn't tell me what exactly they are. So Vital Snow, Sturdy, Slowing, Fragile, and Aetherlings. Empower, increase the effectiveness of spells from heroes controlling them. So these guys ought to be pretty easy. We'll put all of our Clawmoles out in front, our Dendersteels right behind them, and the hero back here. Actually, the hero can be up in front. It doesn't matter. I can cast spells regardless of whether or not he's dead, seemingly. So we're going to go ahead and try to get some... So Fireblade. These are the spells that I got randomly, by the way, when I upgraded my my library. Temporarily reduces their speed, health, and damage to half for 10 seconds. Not bad. Deals damage to all enemies in a large radius and slows them. Also good. So we have 30 mana. Increase their current maximum health by 25 and their maximum health. And makes them more resistant to knockback. Also reduces their movement speed by 15%. I could affect 40 units with this. Large radius plus poison. These guys have the most health, so let's poison them straight away. And then at some point here, I can just... This might be the fastest way to kill them, I think. We just get some fire going on. So they'll be on fire and burning. The last thing that I want to happen is for my guy to die, basically, my big Moss Golem or whatever. And I'd like to not lose any of the caps. So I lost 4 Clawmoles, which is effectively what I was thinking I would lose here. That is like a good outcome for me. I lost 8 power. We overcame them with 84 power. So, so I could get another level of swarming. We could get Tactics, Terramancy, or Midas Touch. And I'm feeling like Midas Touch because I think like next level recruits Dune Caps over time and makes Dune Cap and its upgrade stronger. At an average rate of 3.68 per week per rank. Dune Cap gains +5 health and damage for each rank. Yeah, why don't we actually get the Dune Cap stuff online early? As early as possible. So we'll go and save the hostages next turn, and we'll start pumping out Dune Caps. Verdant Horde. You go Pyre, Rose Tide, Ochre Order, Prussian Wild. Yeah, the neutral army is moved, and that guy didn't bother me, thankfully. So here we will finally build the Dendersteel and make ourselves some Dune Caps. We'll max out our Dune Caps and We're going to pick up the Thunderer, which is apparently the only thing that I got offered. It's okay. A 14 power unit is nothing to sneer at this point in the game. Makes me considerably more powerful. My character seems to think this combat is now easy. Charges into battle, dealing damage to all enemies it passes on its way. Petrification. This creature have a chance to become petrified. Petrified creatures will be unable to move or attack for a few seconds. I'm tempted to go dip down here and get my Dune Caps before fighting this guy. But that will probably, yeah, that's definitely going to take me like, oh, there we go. Yeah, it's going to take me 2 days. So, okay, now I know how that user interface element works. I don't think that's nearly a strong enough indicator. I think it should turn red or something like that when you're going to play with it. But hey, it's fine. At least there is a UI implement for showing the player exactly how much they're spending. Maybe I could have swept up here and got the campfire first. Okay, so that is all I can do this turn. So we're doing okay though. We're gonna end turn. Try to continue building stuff. Oh, who is this? Level 7 hostile pirates, huh? We're gonna go capture ourselves a lumber mill. Basilisk with 169 health, and there's 6 of them. We're gonna send our little dudes ahead of us. Valuable units stay behind for a moment. Start battle, and what do we want to do? We're gonna poison everybody so that they start. Okay. Hit the frost ring. Oh, I can't hit all of them with frost ring anymore. I can hit all of these ones though, which seems valuable. I don't want my Dune Caps to die, although I don't think I'm going to have much of a choice. I honestly think I'm probably going to lose at least a couple. We'll see. No, didn't lose any Dune Caps, fortunately. Nice. Sap gained 1300 XP. Not quite a level though, huh? I'm 1000 XP off of a level. What a bummer. So we'll capture the lumber mill. I can turn it into a spore mound, which I will do. We're gonna take over the Crimson Rogue. There we go. Get some gold. And I don't think I can quite make it anywhere else this turn. We can set ourselves up to, I see I could fight these guys, but it's not going to be good for me if I do. Can't even get around that way, honestly. Yeah, so I'm going to have to go around this way anyway, so I may as well stop by town again. Spore Mound's great. It's Dune Caps each week. So maybe I could get another 2 of those, probably not 3. So I need to build a building today, I think. I haven't built one yet. The tavern would allow me to build a hero. I don't think that spore mounds count as mines. but this is definitely a question for the experts within the community. Let's go strategy and factions. Do spore mounds count as mines for the purposes of encamped heroes? Or I guess I should phrase that better. Do encamped heroes treat spore mounds as mines when playing the rogue spore faction? There we go. We'll see if we get an answer. So we have to get a building here, and I don't think we're gonna go with the hero anyway. We probably want gold. Like, gold per day is just great. It's great to invest in that early. 2 knowledge to all current heroes and to future heroes recruited here. That's good. Spell power, I think, is the most compelling to me, because spell power reduces cooldowns, and I think that if you reduce your cooldown enough, then you can just dump your spells to instantly end combats, probably. Barkstool or Arachnian. Let's see. Infest. When this creature attacks, it has a chance to summon Spooter. A Spooter. Got it. This creature's a lot of health, deals little damage. Poison armor. Whenever this creature is hit by melee attack, the attacker becomes poisoned. There's a way to, like, make that more meaningful. Like, can you upgrade your unit's poisons or the effect of poison generally? Elemental Spire teaches any visiting hero. Town portal spell. Oh, yeah. Do heroes with skills that improve their air, water, earth, or fire spell can be built. Martial expansion increases. Don't answer yet. I've got an ad. Thanks, Devin. Hello. Martial expansion. So I've already built this turn, so I can't build again anyway. But I'm gonna need a little bit of ore in order to do that, which means I might just have to build a marketplace first. But the martial expansion is going to wind up being a good investment. Like last time, I would have been okay if I had not built so many heroes early. So I think I'm going to probably not build quite as many heroes early this time. Hey, Devin, how's it going, man? Yes, this is the game that I had mentioned is very much like Might and Magic. So I am a rogue faction, which is a part of the expansion. It's got a bunch of, like, cool kind of neutral factions added to the game. And the first game, I was told it was going to be really hard, but I stomped the game on normal on the smaller map, and so this time I'm playing with like 7. There are 7 factions here, and so it's a huge map, like fairly large anyway. And I chose this faction. The last time I just randomed the faction and I got order, and I got a Dragon Knight hero early on, and one of his abilities was like, okay, whenever he gets experience, he gets Dragon Blood, and whenever he gets up to 100% Dragon Blood, he spawns a red dragon. So I just had a bunch of red dragons, and like a level 15, like his name was Lonzo, like Lonzo. So I was basically rocking the whole universe with Lonzo the Dragon Shitter. The long story short. And yeah, the game kind of just fell over. Like, it tore it apart like a wet napkin. So we'll see what happens this time. I definitely do not have enough ore in order to get that upgrade. Daryl would appreciate that pun. So when I have my hero selected, it tells me roughly how difficult these fights are versus like relative to the strength of the hero that I've got loaded. I don't want to have to wait. Wait, hospital. We'll save half of your dead units belonging to any faction. Yeah, so that's going to be really good. This is a really good investment for pretty much like at any point, more or less. And the Silicon Shrooms actually seem pretty powerful. So we'll go with hospital here and we'll go take our easy fight. So I come over here at this point and I might get a second mine, which is going to be really good. So here's how the combat works. You can add or remove guys, you can field only a certain amount of power, and then you have unit reserves. So your unit reserves come in after the battle starts, they trickle in over time. You can split your guys up like so, or you can split them up and lump them together. You can link them to each other like that. The positional tactics are kind of sort of, they don't feel as meaningful once you start the combat, and I'll kind of show you what I mean. So all these guys will split into their respective groups. I'll go ahead and poison a crap load of these guys. I only have 1 mana left, which is, you know, my fault. Been spending a whole lot of it every combat. I've got my Moss Golem. Shade Golem, rather. He's a giant asshole, and these Dune Caps are kind of what I'm speccing into as my primary unit, because my hero has a whole bunch of technology for them in its skill tree. But your heroes get equipment, just like I think they had that in Might and Magic as well. Sap gained 1100 XP. So I'm gonna level up, and so your units have skill trees, like your heroes have skill trees. So he got a spell power, so his spell power is getting right up there, which means that he's going to wind up with like a good amount of cooldown reduction, because that's what it's 10% effectiveness, 4% CDR per point. So being able to cast things repeatedly feels really, really good, I bet, in this game. So the amount created is increased by higher ranks of the skill across all of your heroes. Transforming the buildings irreversible. But so if I get another level of Infest, and then I get another level of Mastery, and then I start pumping Midas Touch, I think that's going to be best, because we're about to hit the end of week 1, and I'm going to have, so I'm going to confirm we're going to infest the quarry. I realize that that's kind of a bummer for my ore production, but I'm just gonna get a marketplace, and I'm gonna buy all of my resources, which feels like the obvious optimal strategy, but I'm definitely kind of trying to win here. I don't think that, I mean, it will depend on how difficult. It will depend on how difficult the. Oh yeah, that's near impossible. I don't think we can do it. I don't think we can get a third. Might be able to if this roaming neutral maniac gets out of my way, but we'll have to see. We're gonna end turn there, since I did build this week or this day, and we'll see how it goes. But I want the most infested mines possible when the week ticks over. It's important because they will all produce madcaps suddenly, which is going to be very, very important. I'm hoping to basically instantly activate at the point where my... Okay, so yeah, this is the hostile pirate again, and the path is open to fighting this guy. I might be able to try to fight that guy. How's my mana situation, though? I don't have any mana, really. And mana is what's been making these fights easier than not. So at this point, I'm kind of torn between these two options, but I think I'm going to go ahead and get the Silken Shroom. Because... I'm going to try to get my hero's ability to do work up there a little more quickly. So if I dip back here, I'm not going to be able to get over here for this combat. This is a reach, I think. Like, coming up here and fighting this is, I think, kind of a stretch. Like, it's going to stretch my resources relatively thin, but I did already kind of invest. Forager, Berserker, Excavator. So what can I cast? I'm not going to be able to cast anything but Fireblade. I'm going to take major losses, I think, if I fight this. But I will probably repopulate those losses in Dune Caps next week. I think it's worth it to just escalate the speed at which I'm acquiring shit. So we'll put our valuable troops behind. Got our less valuable troops in front. The hero he's not less valuable, it's just that he regenerates if he dies, so he'll run back here and do like a healing thing. So we'll go ahead and start the battle here. What I want is to Fireblade up as many of my frontline units as possible. And we're just going to hope that we get some fire going and that helps me to win this with as few losses as possible, basically. Because that's all I got, you know. I don't have anything else to follow up on this. Okay. So I think we're doing fine. We lost effectively what I thought we would lose, which was a ton of Claw Moles and some Dune Caps. And since we are going to be claiming a mine that will produce Dune Caps, which is exactly what we won ourselves by doing this, and we get to... we get to produce so we'll raise up the level of our Dune Caps at this point, because this means that like immediately I'm probably going to be very strong. We'll infest the crystal mine and we'll get both crystals. Cannot go down there and kill that guy. Okay, so it shows me that I need to go and get my boat if I want to do that. Learning stone. For each level, once per game. $750 XP is not quite, well, plus 250 for each level, so 1,000. So 2,750 is actually enough to level me. So I'll try to swing down for this next turn. That neutral guy could still decide to get like frisky at any moment, I guess, and attack me if he wanted to, which would probably be a problem for me. Yeah, he's pretty near me at the moment. We're just gonna go ahead and level up, I think. Still can't fight that guy. There's quite a bit of gear over here, though. Like 2 treasure chests plus an artifact. Plus 3 Midas touch skill. Wow. That's awesome. I really need to go get that. So we're going to go ahead and level our character up. We get a 3rd level of Infest. I think that's maximum infest with 3 mines infested for week 1, 3 spore mounds, which means that the moment this week turns over, I'm going to get however many is the most Dune Caps that I can get. So now I need to get the expansion here. Unless I want to produce some units. Counts as constructing 3 buildings instead of 1. The problem is that I get the upgrade whether or not, but I don't get the income. I think we want the income. I could almost make it back to town, and I probably want to, because when the week ticks over, I'm going to want to grab all of these units and then basically take off with them. I could go get myself a boat or something if I want. Or, well, I don't know. I don't know how powerful my army is going to feel after this. The Dune Caps do seem like they're feeling pretty powerful. But I want to go after this loot. That's like almost the #1 priority. Week of Honks. Because again, the town has renewed unit growth. This week's effect. War clowns interrupt neutral battles. War clowns interrupt neutral battles, huh? Okay, so these are all being sent to my one hero. But I can move my hero there first to collect them. So we're able to create the maximum number of units again now. So that's going to drain me of most of my gold. But I can bring these guys down here. So now, how are things looking now comparatively? Still impossible. This is a moderate challenge now, so we might be able to take him out. That's still impossible, which is kind of a bummer. Rifleman, huh? Deals extra knockback when it attacks. Yeah, so fighting 200 of those riflemen is going to be a giant pain in my ass. But we can start trying to fight our way out of here. We can obtain a ship, perhaps. We can actually destroy this roaming threat that has been so annoying. So what I can do actually is I can have these guys meet up with my units ahead of time. Right? Bring this guy down here. So we have a rather large number of Dune Caps now. 61 Dune Caps. That's so many Dune Caps. So now it's an easy fight. This is also an easy fight. That has become a hard fight, which is very promising. We don't technically need this mine until tomorrow, but there's really no benefit in fighting this neutral foe until like he forces the issue. So I think we will go down and try to obtain this sulfur mine, and I can just infest it and make produce more Dune Caps rather. So yeah, wow, what a lot of Dune Caps, huh? So at the start of combat, I also create like illusion units, I guess, right? This guy can go away in favor of a shade, right? Because that's 330, so can't quite do that. 328, 326. So I'm gonna have to send back some of my madcaps. Actually, I gotta get used to this system. No, I guess I can only split them here. I can't split like a very specific number off. So if I just send one of them back, right? Nope, 2. There we go. So now we can just merge all these guys up again. That's a little bit annoying, but it's certainly not the worst thing I've ever seen in a video game. How much mana do I have? No way to tell until I start the fight, huh? Alright, so I have a ton of Dune Caps. What is this? That's madness. So let's... yeah, let's give the entire front line of Dune Caps fire, huh? Or would I think the poison would be better in this circumstance because I'm able to just hit so many of them. And actually, I'm going to hit the whole back line. And then, you know what? I think we're probably okay. Oh wow. My Shade Golem is taking quite the beating. Player 1, excellent. I think I lost 30 Dune Caps doing that. Fortunately for me, okay, so I gained a level, though, as well. Upgrade requires level 9. Okay, so it's going to be a while before I'm able to do that. I think this is the one that would increase my power the most, but Midas Touch is going to start. Chance to turn enemies to golden statues. That makes me more powerful as well. So we'll collect some Midas. We'll do some Midas Touch. Oh, I didn't actually. I should have stepped toward the mine. I think maybe I could have seized it this turn. 7 o'clock. I've got about an hour left to play. 2 luck and 3 Midas Touch skill. All very tempting. Oh, but taking over the mine actually doesn't matter for me right this second. Anyway, because the spore mounds only produce Dune Caps weekly, so it's not important. Can this guy attack my base? I didn't even think about that. So here's another difficult roaming neutral combat. Another question from Mage Sleepy. Can roaming neutral foes attack my cities? We'll see. That will definitely have some bearing on what I do this turn. Let's see. I don't really need to create non-faction creatures in this particular lineup. I feel like just creating my Dune Caps forever is probably going to be pretty good. Increases the weekly growth of all units by 50%. I really wish, I hope that, I don't think it will, but I wish that this would affect my Dune Cap production out of the spore mounts. So I'm going to need the marketplace now, because I'm going to start acquiring gold based on Midas Touch, and I'm going to need to spend the gold. Recruitment a special lieutenant hero. The lieutenant hero comes with their own army, which cannot be traded away, and the lieutenant can only use the units in their self-replenishing army. That's very interesting. I'm tempted to try that out just to see what it is in order to deal with the immediate threat of that neutral guy outside of my base. Fine. I'll grab a lieutenant here, and so just in case. Just in case that guy presses the issue, I guess, is really what we did that for. That's fine. That was not as impressive as I thought, because I think it's just like a random faction. Because that looks like a Wilds hero to me. So it's just like a random faction hero that you get. So I'm not particularly impressed with. Okay, roaming neutral enemies cannot attack your base, so that was a bad play. If I load game, day 2, week 2, I wonder if I can get back my load, because that would have deeply changed my decision here. Day 1, week 2, day 2, week 2, 1905. I don't know where the current timestamp is, but I'm willing to bet that if I load this back up, yeah, there we go. I still have my decision to make here. So I don't want to build the Lieutenant Hall. I will build the marketplace instead, I think. There we go. And I've already taken this, but now I can take the mine. There we go. Well, that was good. That was a good reversal. I'm not gonna like, I'm not save scumming a lot, or anything like that. I don't think that's gonna be any kind of part of my approach here, but there are a couple of things where it's like, man, I wish I could know in advance. All right, things seem pretty good. I think we cheated by accident. I think I actually got my guy's movement back by accident by doing that. Feels a little weird, but there's no way for me to undo it now, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll with it. Ooh, another learning stone. That's crazy. What is this? Armory. A monument where you can create arbalists for either gold or resources. Once captured, creatures can be created, and the monument can be upgraded without a hero present. I think we're going to go ahead and try to take this guy out. Mage Sleepy is being super helpful in the Discord chat. So big shout out to that guy. Helpful and friendly community thus far. Just saying. So we'll go ahead and put these guys out here just like that, and just start the combat. I don't think this is going to be too awfully miserable or anything. Let's give our guys. I wonder if I'm like hitting a unit limit or something. I'd like to get both of these, but it just doesn't seem like it wants to, so I'll get my Dune Caps since they have an AoE attack. Okay. Now I want to poison. I want to poison all these guys, and I want to knock them. Wow, it didn't knock them anywhere. I was going to say I'd rather knock them towards my units since they're ranged, but... There we go. This is looking pretty good. I lost 3 Dune Caps and 4 Claw Moles, which is not bad at all. I gained 100 gold due to Midas Touch, apparently. Or probably. And I gained 3,500 XP, which means that I can now get even more Midas Touch. Although I'm feeling like maybe Hegemony first. The sulfur cost is significantly less than what the units would cost otherwise. In case less than 1 unit would be created, tier 1 units are offered instead. So I'll create Dune Cap for their army. Yeah, I feel like hegemony here is what I want at the moment. Oh, because I really want. Yeah, I'm just. Ooh, a black market. That's I can get magic artifacts there. That's very important. But first, I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna get that Midas glove. We're gonna see what's up. I think it is the end of my turn though, for sure. The enemy turns are starting to take longer, and I find this foreboding. Golden Horoscope, Greater Trinket, 2 luck. That's right, we want to go get that as well. That's a Skelly boy. I'll level my 7. This learning statue is clearly like better if I wait. Like in an absolute value sort of sense. I'm pretty damn tempted to like try to get all this stuff. But the black market, I used it in the tutorial at one point, and it was very powerful because you just continually get artifacts. Artisan expansion requires 10 ore and 10 wood. I have a marketplace now, so if I could buy 5 for 1,000 gold, and that would. There's no discount for bulk purchases, so I will buy one at a time based on my needs. So now that that is done, I can get the artisan expansion, which should put me increase my town level. Actually, feels good. And with all of that out of the way, my gold income should be pretty substantial at the moment. 1 morale to all current heroes and to future heroes recruited here. Weekly growth of all creatures with base growth 4 or more by 15%. Here's another question for Mage Sleepy. So I'm wondering if the effects like Grand Army will actually increase the production of Dune Caps from Spore Mounts. 2 knowledge to all current heroes and future heroes. I'm really tempted to go Grand Library on this. Base growth 4 or more by 15%. Well, I mean, that's everything I've got right now anyway, so we'll get a whole giant-ass army going on. So these guys... Where is it that I can make Dune Caps? I just can't make Dune Caps in my... Oh, there it is. The Dunderstill. So there's nothing with an upgrade yet, surprisingly. Deity. What is this all the way down here? Damage for all unit types that can be recruited in this town by 10%. This bonus applies to all your heroes across the map. It's pretty good. Tuned by using spells from a hero in town. Each spell gives access to a group of units, each with a different price. Wow, that's very weird. After paying, you gain the unit, and the summoning circle must be tuned with a new spell. Okay. Spore Hunters. What do Spore Hunters do? First time this creature is less than 5 power will swallow the creature. If the creature dies, the swallowed creature will return to the battle. If this creature dies, the swallowed creature will return to the battle. More damage has less health. Huh. Potentiator unlocks 3 ultimate spells, which will be taught to the visiting heroes. Additionally, gives a permanent +2 increase to knowledge and spell power for caster-oriented heroes and +2 attack and defense for fighting-oriented heroes. Huh. Well, I'm guessing that this is a caster-oriented hero. If it's not, I'm going to be really disappointed. So I got the Artisan expansion. I think Potentiator and Deity both look really good for what I'm doing. Urban expansion is obviously going to help me to accelerate. Wall turrets is just another means of accelerating my gold income. Wall turrets and watering well. I have probably enough. Days left in this week to manage to max out all that. So where's my dude bro? And what is he doing? Okay, yeah, so we can go up and get the come grab the fireplace and then we'll get the see about the artifacts here. Sorcery skill. Part of the Mesmer set. Bonus with 3 pieces. 50% of summoned creatures become permanent. So do his duplicates become permanent, I guess? Is the question. Oops. Wow, I could infest the black market. I don't want to do that. I didn't know that I could infest black markets. That's pretty funny. Like, I can infest anything, I guess. Can I fight this guy? Ooh, I can fight this guy. Monstrum. A monument where... So this probably refreshes every week. Maybe even every day. Monument where you create feral for either gold or other resources. Once captured, creatures can be created and the monument can be upgraded without a hero present. I don't think I care. But I do think I want to kill it. I want to capture it so that I have... Like... I'm just a dude who winds up with a lot of Dune caps, basically. So let's go ahead and give these guys fire attacks, and we'll poison these guys momentarily. Can I get all of them? Can't quite get all of them. That's okay. We'll get as many as we can. I think we're doing relatively well now. We are accelerating because of Midas Touch at this point. We're also accelerating due to like just having a bunch of gold producing buildings, and I'm not spending out gold on heroes because I'm more in touch with like gold cash flow in this game. Hegemony. Oh, there we go. I can spend a sulfur, so I can create 3 Dune caps. That's really good. Oh, I can't quite get it this turn. I can get the reliable rapier though after this, like next turn. Okay, I did build this week, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pass turn. Okay, so I'm getting faster at playing the game too, which is nice. It's a little more entertaining, I think, now that I'm not taking a gazillion years per turn. I have a couple of things that I really want to do, which is also making me feel like I understand the systems, because I'm like, okay, I have very clear goals. Like, I gotta go get that Midas Touch gauntlet. It's going to make my character feel very powerful. Monstrum. Decrease the price of units created here by 15% and will raise the weekly growth from 2 to 4. Upgrading will also make 2 creatures available for creation immediately. I can pay with anything. This is a really cool hub, but I think that I prefer to have dune caps because they are fucking free. Trying to decide if this is fully true, because like if I upgrade this fully, it's probably better than mine, but I'm just going to go ahead and invest it. It's also infestation seems like it says it's irreversible, which I feel like I'll feel betrayed if if that doesn't mean that other people can't take it back over. Chances 15% per rank, duplicates. Are these phantom duplicate summoned units is the real question. Because if they are, I really want to, so let's check the lexicon. Oh. Give me a sec. I want to check the lexicon because thankfully this game has an internal wiki, sort of. And this is kind of important, like... Okay, so the Mesmer set, I can actually get this without wearing a pair of gloves, right? And the Mesmer's lance gives me 3 spell power anyway. So maybe I can find that at some point. First, before I do any of this, I think I have to build my I should definitely try building my upgrade here. The wall turrets is really it's the wisest choice right away. So we need 10 ore and 10 wood again, which means this stuff's gonna start getting expensive. So ore, we're gonna buy 5, 10, 5, 10, and then we're going to upgrade the wall turrets. Oh no, I need a mercenary hall first. Huh. Go figure. So I wonder if I really want that at that point. It's 500 gold per day, so probably. So I need 1, 2, and then an additional one will get me my level up. So we'll go ahead and work on it. I don't see myself as so I can click on the mercenary hall, and it gives me like the opportunity to buy some stuff that's not from my faction, but I don't think I need it in any way. So I can't buy that Mesmer set just yet, but I think it'll probably refresh at the end of the week, which is very scary for me. Because I definitely want that Mesmer set, just in case. I'm gonna go. I mean, I'm pestering Mage Sleepy at this point in the chat, but I think I'm probably gonna go ask them if they know if the illusions count as. I want to know if the illusions count as summoned units. Oh, I see. So the clowns have been coming in for the neutral combats. That's what's happening. I'm like, what are those units? And it's because it's like honk week, which is very stupid. It's a little too silly. Like, the rest of this game takes itself relatively seriously, and I like that. And then, bam, there's some stupid, silly shit in the middle of my fantasy universe. But hey, whatever. You know, some people like different kinds of aesthetics, I guess. I'm still judging you really hard if you like shit like that, but maybe not in an unfriendly way. I think we can coexist in harmony, despite my thinking that you have probably terrible tastes if you like that. So that sulfur is really helping. It's just 3 Dune caps every fight, basically. Also, do you happen to know, and sorry if I'm being pesky, do the phantasms from if the phantasms generated by swarming count as summoned units for the purposes of, say, the Mesmer set? Because that would be crazy. Armory. This is another one of those where I'm just going to turn it into a spore mount. Because why wouldn't I, man? Getting the Mesmer set plus swarming on this character sounds like a problem. It sounds like a broken strategy. Like, very quickly break the game sort of thing. Let's see. Still not really interested in the tavern, to be honest. Although I think there's an upgrade lock behind taverns that actually generates gold. Maybe. I'm gonna need this at some point. We want the wall turrets now, because we are trying to increase our gold generated per day. But there are several unit generating buildings that I'm very interested in. Gonna try to get this chest and then all the way up there. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 18. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. But I only need to get up there for the end of the week, really. If the Mesmer stuff is still there. I'm back now. I'd make dinner. Yo, man, how's it going? My attempts to take over the world with mushroom spores is going quite well, I must say. Ooh. Let's see. We got a treasure chest here as well, and then I want to try to make it up there by the end of the week, I think. Mercury and sulfur. Sulfur is helping me to create more madcaps. The idea seems to be, gives a visiting hero luck for the next battle. Well, let's go ahead and take some ore. I can take the camp, which will let me move further. I'll take the rainbow, get some luck for the next battle. And then we're gonna go ahead and move back towards the tavern, because hopefully I will still have enough movement to get there for the end of the week, because there is a Mesmer set of equipment here that is but ads, so don't talk to me. Welcome back, Devin. My attempts to take over the world via mushroom spores seems to be going quite well, although I can't verify because I have no idea how other things, like what else is going on in the game. Like there's factions taking a turn every time I take a turn, obviously, and I don't know, my plan seems to be working out fairly well. Well, if you're correct, then this run is about to get really funny because I'm going to be producing... Oops, hold on. I am sending a Discord message. Sorry, guys. I'm going to be producing like 100 dune caps per combat, and 50% of them will become permanent. So yeah, the idea here, with any luck, is going to be... Alright, so we'll get the watering well and the green cap before, or the mycoglobin. It's like hemoglobin, but mycoglobin, like mycinids, I guess. So we're gonna go ahead and get the mycoglobin. We can only get one of these before the end of the week. So I'm thinking what we'll do is right now we'll go ahead and get the mycoglobin. This requires 5 lumber and 5 stone, so we'll open up our marketplace, grab 5 lumber, grab 5 ore, and build this, at which point, oh, I get to upgrade again. Let me see. +2 knowledge to all current heroes. I feel that that is probably the way to go here. Fair enough. It definitely would have been a broken interaction to whatever extent. Appreciate the heads up. So I can make 5 of these guys now. So we will not get the Mesmer set, since I now have one of the guys who's seems to be knowledgeable about the game, has told me that he doesn't think that it's the Mesmer set only cares about strictly summon tagged abilities. Looks like there's a learning curve. I mean, I've been playing 2 games. I've played like a grand total of like 6 hours at this point, and you're looking at like the play where I'm streaming, and so I'm narrating everything that I'm doing, which slows me down a lot. If I was playing this at like non-stream speeds, I would probably have gotten through my first couple of runs in, I don't know, 3 hours. And I'm already feeling pretty confident. So I don't know. Judge for yourself whether or not there's a serious learning curve there. I realize that I have gotten quite good at getting good at things like this over the past decade or so. So, you know, take everything with a grain of salt. You remember you were there for when I started learning to play things like Yu-Gi-Oh and Dota, and I was pretty terrible actually at getting good at things. And nowadays it almost always and universally happens that exactly what happened with Pokemon Unite happens when I play video games now, where like I get into a game and I just thrash it, and I'm in the top 1% of player base very, very quickly. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I got kind of focused on how to learn to get good at things for a long time. And I think it's paid off. And it's not just video games or anything either. Tends to work with other shit too, which is really nice. Learning to code and actually making my own game, by the way. I'm working on it. Well, that's because you don't have my Gengar in there fucking slaughtering absolutely everybody in the game like every 15 seconds. That was the funniest shit ever. Like, just learning to play a top tier Gengar in public, like pubs, was just like, it was really funny because the game is so fast paced. So you get to like 15 or 20 seconds in, it's not quite that fast. It's like you get to a minute in and then you're just killing somebody every 30 seconds. It was wild. Always the grade right below and then get stuck with scrubs. Yeah, that there was a little bit of a wall toward the end for me as well. I'm still gonna get the Mesmer Helm because I feel like the like sorcery is a very, very powerful stat. And then I'm gonna try to walk over here and get the +3 Midas skill, I think. Make an offering, gain a level up. I'm pretty tempted. End turn. They don't even listen when I yell at them. I'm just like, please do what I say. Yeah, I never ever yell at anybody in MOBAs. Like, I'm an all mute kind of a player at this point. Because it's just the other players in the game are the game. They are the game that you have to interact with. It's like they are a fact of life. But if you interface with them like they are rational human beings, you are just inviting distraction and frustration and shit like that. So I just play as best I can and assume that the other human beings are like gonna do whatever they're fucking gonna do and that I can't interface with it directly. So I can pay this to get 5,500 XP and that will level me up. Oh, it gives me the XP worth of my level, which is nice. At this point, I'll just get... Should I get Midas Touch or should I get Hegemony? I think we're gonna start wanting Midas Touch pretty soon. Hegemony is still pretty good. I think we're gonna go with Midas Touch now because I want to start feeling stronger in that way. I don't want to infest the tree, right? Already visited. It doesn't say already visited this week. I should infest this now that I have visited it, right? Since it does not read already visited this week. But how do they get to that rank and not know the basics? Dude, I had, I'm waiting for maybe Mage Sleepy or somebody else to respond to me in the Discord real quick because I don't want to make an awful mistake by eradicating this tree if it's going to let me level up again subsequently at some point. But I just remember, like, because jungling is such a hard and like a clear-cut role in Pokemon Unite. I remember people stealing my jungle creeps all the way up to like mid-master. And it's just like, man, really, it ruins the game so badly for your jungler. You figure out how to join a team. Do it, man. I just play very consistently. That was the secret, was just like I forced the game to be almost identical, the same. Every single game was just me doing like almost an identical rotation. So now we get the watering well. But I need 3 crystal and 3 sulfur, which means that I need to get a crystal, and I need to get a sulfur, and I probably want a few more sulfur, honestly. Oh no, I don't have gold now. And I don't think that's gonna be enough gold, actually. Oh, I really need the gold. This is, that's not acceptable for me to just not have a building this turn. I would have to get a cheaper building if nothing else. 3,500, there's just no way. I'm not going to get that. And I need 3 mercury to get it, so. Oh, but getting that is really important. What do I do? Can I sell equipment that I have? Nope. Can this guy can still move, so I can go over here and get the gold, right? Let's go fight this guy and get his gold pile and see if that works. Wish me luck, fam. I desire some gold. I'm gonna give some of my madcaps some flame swords or whatever, some fireblade, and then we will poison a shit ton of these guys. Frost Nova. Yeah, we're just spending mana, a ridiculous amount of mana. So I don't want to lose. Don't want to lose units if I can avoid it. Shedinjadal. Some new items. Makes a substitute, but you can't move, but you're invulnerable while it lasts. The Naruto shit. Oops. I'm sorry, guys. This battle lasts 1,400 gold. Sap gain 5,500 XP. And I can spend with Hegemony to get this. And I can afford, I think. Yeah, and I'll still be able to afford. So, Midas Touch level 2 really paid dividends. That was so much gold. Hold on. Yeah, you can infest on subsequent visits now. I've already done it. So, Temple Ordering allows the hero to make magical constructs using mercury, mana, and gold. I don't think I want magical constructs. Wait. Yeah, I don't need to do this. I'm gonna infest that. I did miss my chance. That ancient tree is just gonna chill there. So one-time structures are to be infested right away. Just for future reference for me. So I've missed my opportunity to infest that tree, but live and learn. But now I have a shit ton of gold where I didn't have any gold before. This watering well, it requires 3 sulfur, which I think that I can get and now afford it though. I'm really glad that I decided to try to make that work. There we go. And that my friends is how you create a really high value turn. This turn is going to be insane for me. I end this turn and the week ticks over and I'm going to get an unbelievable number of Dune caps everywhere. I'm going to go up and wreck this fight. I'm going to get probably level 6 Midas Touch. It's going to be very, very powerful. And I've got about 15 minutes left to play, so. A new week has begun, and towns have renewed unit growth. Mana is halved, both daily mana regeneration and max mana. Senility, huh? Week of senility. My life is the week of senility. I'm taking care of my grandfather. He's got horrible dementia. Please leave it out of my video games. Have you played Baldur's Gate? No, I haven't, but I've tried. I, like, popped it open and tried for a while. I just don't like it. And I don't really know why, other than that... the best thing that I can... The best reason that I can give you for my not really liking Baldur's Gate is that... playing out turns, if I remember correctly, it's not like turn-based, right? It's just that everything in the game kind of felt a little slow to me. That's my vague recollection of why I didn't like it very much. It just felt like super plotting pace-wise. But you can pause. Yeah, there we go. So it's not turn-based. That's what I thought. Like it's live, but it's slow. It's real time, but very slow. Or at least I thought so. And it felt like my experience with the early levels of like killing rats and whatever was just that it was super, super tedious. Okay, so I have a gajillion million madcaps coming my way. There's 14 at each location, so 14 times however many madcaps coming to my guy, and we are just going to... So we're going to make this happen right away. So not quite. So we'll move this guy here. We're gonna try to play out these turns a little more quickly so that I can get a couple turns in before I head to bed. I would like to check what happened to this. Yeah, there's new stuff here now, which is really, really important. Morale and luck. Spell power and knowledge for 14 versus just spell power. I mean, this is cheaper. What's going on? I don't want to turn that into a black mark, or into a... I don't want to infest that because it's so valuable to have it near me. The spell power and knowledge are huge. We are going to go ahead with this and make it go right now. So I am slowly becoming huge Mangus. I have 88 spore caps, not spore caps, but dune caps in my army now. Now 102. This is it's becoming it's fast becoming a thing. We're going to go ahead and hit that learning stone on our way there. Uh-oh. I missed one of the caravans of dune caps, unfortunately. But that's okay. So I need to build before I let my turn go. At this point, I can probably get the so the potentiator costs only 1,000, but I need 4 crystal and 4 sulfur, which is going to cost me more than 890 gold. So I can't quite get that this turn. But I can afford the green cap. So I'll go ahead and get that. I need 4 lumber. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, and I can just barely afford it. There we go. Get this. And I haven't purchased my units yet for this week. but I need gold. Gold is my major problem right now. Although it's probably about to be, it's about to be my last concern. Because I am about to have level 6 Midas touch. Ooh, okay. Whatever that is. So that's the other end of a different portal that I found, I'm guessing. Yeah, this portal. That would be at the end of this portal. Okay, so what does that guy look like? Near impossible. What about this guy? Level 8 with some stuff. Holy cow. It's a moderate challenge. So I'm keeping up, at the very least, with the challenging AIs. Their units, at the very least, their hero armies, say that they are only only challenging, moderately challenging for me. So I think I'm going to be able to win here. So let's go to the Learning Stone. Okay, so I can't... It's not an interactable, so I can't infest it. Good to know. Do I have enough movement left to take a fight this turn? Because I could go down here and take a fight. But I think it's probably best for me to come up here and take this fight before any of the other fights. Because then the other fights will subsequently give me more gold. I have to build again. And I'm still unable to build the... well, no, I think I could build the potentiator. I just need to... I wonder if I can buy enough resources. So if we buy... No, there's no way, unfortunately. Which means I'm actually shit out of luck for buying buildings this turn. We will, in that case... I can get back up to 1,500 by selling. Bit of a mistake. Play mistake there, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and build the Elemental Spire since we don't have anything else. Nothing else is in the cards to be built, unfortunately. This guy has moved as far as they can move. And I'm going to go wreck this combat and get my Midas touch skill. Which hopefully pushes me to level 6. If it doesn't, I will be very sad. Like if it doesn't stack, I'll be pretty outrageously fucking mad. Because that would be like a no fun allowed kind of situation. So I've got the most units fielded that I can, unfortunately. There we go. So now I have all the madcaps ever, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try to hit as many of them as possible with Flame Brand. All the ones out front can have Flame Brand, and then these guys can all get blown up with poison. And then we can put a shield on all of our dudes. And then we can Frozen Ring everybody in back here again. There we go. That looks like a pretty good... Looks like we're winning, I must say. Look at these, the amount of gold, units being turned to gold due to Midas Touch here. That's got to be an absurd amount of gold. Yeah, 2,500 gold for that combat. And that's before I get the... Oh, crap. Well, because I don't have sulfur. The problem is that now, my gold problems should be resolved, provided that I fight enough battles, basically. I'm going to get mastery here so that my dune caps are even stronger. We'll get the 2 bits of gold. We'll get the Midas gloves. So let's check to see if the user interface reflects that. If I go here, it should show me my skills. Rank 6, right there. Wow, that's really cool. Rank 6, Midas touch. This should be fun. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see what else is in here. Knight's helmet, sorcery skill, part of the Mesmer's set. What? Oh no, that's what I have. Okay, so the Knight's helmet is +2 defense. Now I'll take the 1,000 gold, man. I already have a helmet. 5 crystal or 2,000 experience. That's a tough call. I am really low on crystal. The 2,000 experience just isn't that much at this point, so we'll take the 5 crystal. I should be able to dunk on this guy now. So we will go ahead and get this guy off the field. We'll put our big fat dude in, and we will send this guy back. Oh, I'm still going to need to remove some madcaps. That's fine. We'll split these guys up real quick and just send back like 4 of them, and yeah, that's fine. So we just put all of our madcaps up in front, and we start the battle. I can't cast any spells because of the week of senility, unfortunately, but that's okay. With level 6 Midas touch, it seems that we kill everything in one hit, and they always turn into gold statues. So I'm basically just permanently acquiring an unbelievable shit ton of... I should have purchased sulfur before this fight. That is something I could have simply optimized. Send reinforcements? Sure. That's fine. There we go. Player 1, excellent. 2,400 gold again, so it's like 2,500 gold per. And I am sacrificing a good number of dune caps. They're not particularly tanky, but that's okay, honestly. And see, this would have helped. Just spending on a dune cap is never gonna hurt me, really. Yeah, so here we just want swarming and tactics, so that I can just place a million billion creature speed. We'll pick up the Mercury. Oh, I'm out of movement. Do we have... Okay, we can build. I have nearly 7,000 gold now. Solid 6 out of 10. Nice. Yeah, I could have picked up some sulfur. Here I just want my potentiator, I think, because getting 2 knowledge and spell power on my... I mean, it would be pretty... So town level 6 is the max town level, so I can't level up my town by buying this. And it takes, no matter what, it takes, what is it, like 500? It's going to take 6 turns to pay for itself, 6 days. So I think I just want the potentiator at this point, because spell power and knowledge on my hero is going to be really powerful. So let's just buy 3 of this, right? It was 3? No, it was 4. So we'll buy 4 sulfur. Then we can afford this, so we'll get that. And I will buy like 3 sulfur so that I can create dune caps on the fly next turn. We'll end turn there. Yenger. Hey, Frey, how's it going, man? This is an interesting game. It's Heroes of Might and Magic reincarnated, but with cute pixel graphics and a lot of factions and kind of auto battle mechanics for the combats. And it's just it's been a lot of fun. The user interface sucks, and like the tooltips regularly do not display the information that they need to. Oops. And I didn't even realize that this was a combat. But anyway, that's fine. We have the max number of spore dudes in here. I really need to get tactics on this hero because otherwise I'm just not able to put most of my units in. So anyway, there's all my spore guys will go out. I'm gonna give them all fire brand, and then we're gonna... Oh, I can't poison everybody. That's it. That's my whole play. Not familiar with Heroes of Might and Magic. I'm trying to figure out what I want projectile knockback to do. Well, you want it to knock back for a start. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, on an internal level, like, I'm not entirely sure. Like, on a technical implementation level, I have no idea what knockback looks like for a game with the fundamentals you've described. Cool, so I've got lots of Midas Touch going on, which means that probably this combat is going to result in like 30,000 gold or some shit. Look at how many gold statues I have. This is fantastic. I'm going to take a snapshot of this. All right, and then it's going to be time to go to bed after this turn. So that was 6,900 gold for a single combat, which is really incredible, and 11,000 experience. Fantastic. Sometimes the collision is detected so deep the projectile's behind the center of gravity. Oh. Ooh. That sounds like a problem with the collision, like in general. Like, it seems like there needs to be some revision to the collision system. So apparently I've stumbled upon something relatively powerful because somebody, like, I linked a screenshot of all the gold minions I just had crushed, and somebody else linked a picture with even more gold minions, just like gold statues in a combat. Okay. Jeez. That helped. So yeah, we're gonna play out the end of this turn, and then I'm Hex, skill, and attack doesn't matter to me, but that was a hell of a lot of stuff. So we'll bring my hero down here because we're gonna just go clear everything else out at this point. And let's see. I can build something with my 14,000 gold that I suddenly have. So the urban expansion doesn't look that expensive, anymore at the moment. But I think like the biggest thing to do, so I'll build a building, then I've got to actually make all of the units. So 8 ore and 8 lumber. Eight ore or 8 lumber and 8 ore. What we'll do is we will build our deity. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So that makes my madcap stronger. Madcap. I keep calling them madcaps. I mean dune caps for the last time. God damn it, Wes, get it right. And then I can just create max of everything, right? And it's I didn't get everything anyway, but That's okay. I've got a lot of units waiting here for me, basically, that I can pick up. And I think that's a pretty good place to end things. Right at the end of that turn. So we'll go ahead and save the game. I am a red mushroom spore man. Let's see. Small problem. Sometimes the projectile collision is detected. Oh, okay. I read that. So sometimes it doesn't even knock backwards. You know, the projectile in question doesn't feel powerful enough anyway. What happens if I just make it huge? Well, I mean, that solves your problem in this particular instance, but seems to leave a fundamental issue untouched. Like, I just feel like something has gone wrong with your collision system if your projectiles are... The collision box, the collision for your projectiles is happening that deep. Like, that seems like it feels like something has gone wrong, because, like, shouldn't the physics engine and the signals or whatever is going on internally to detect your collision be happening, like, regularly enough that, and your hitbox is large enough and accurate enough that there's just no way that could ever happen? Something has definitely gone wrong here. I'm trying to figure out what. Well, best of luck, Frey. I'm really sorry that Godot and the Fighting Game Project seems to be fighting you so hard at every turn. It's like every time I talk to you, you've got a new, like, technical issue. I haven't worked on my game in a little bit, so I should probably do that again before this next weekly meetup. But I feel like in streaming these games, I am actually honing my analytical skill, and I'm getting ideas and stuff like that. It's relatively helpful, but I will be back to plugging away at my own game before long, within a few weeks at the best. So anyway, it's fighting me less than any other engine I've ever tried. Yeah, Godot's treated me very well so far, and I am absolutely zero skill programmer, so but I'm gonna go for the night. I'm 10 minutes over time, but that's a record good for me. So we're getting better every day. You guys, thanks for dropping by the stream. Appreciate y'all. I will be streaming more Heroes Hour tomorrow, I think, because I'm actually quite enjoying the game, like, very much a lot. I wonder if I can make it challenging enough for myself. I wonder if this run is going to be challenging. So, I will see you guys on the morrow or whenever you decide to drop by again. Everybody enjoy the rest of your night. Peace, guys.